Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UKLC. My name is Jake Kiprain Matthews, and I've subbed out for X-Scoundrel. I'm still joined by Dan Orcs Harrison. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm hyped because this was supposed to be my most hyped matchup of the day. I thought that thing
Everyone's thrown that out the window.
Yeah, I mean,
that's gone, man. That's gone.
I thought, based on what happened last week between M and Fnatic, I was like, that's going to be one-sided. I was like, okay, sure, Enclave might not be able to give a fight against M because they just looked so good last week, but nope, nonsense. Fnatic have been dethroned. Barrage came in just looking like a different team, and now XL vs Diabolus could be a wild one as well.
Could be a wild one. We do have XL taking on Diabolus. XL will be on that blue side and Diabolus on the red side. We've had a bit of a spicy change within XL, though, when we do look towards that bot lane.
I don't want to say it.
You can say it.
I don't want to say it.
He's in the bot lane.
Oh. I wanted to wait till his face showed up. But yes, if you've been on social media, you will have seen Kasing has now come into the bot lane of XL UK.
That means they're sending Mystiques off to the LEC.
Yeah, so we will get his debut. I feel like the reasoning was because they'd missed out on playoffs there, but big part of Kasing coming in here was the Kasing effect. They want to get this roster back on form, and who better than someone who captains the 10-man roster himself. So
yeah,
I'm expecting big things.
And it was a rough week for XL last week as M took them out in the first round of the round of 8. They weren't able to climb up at all, and then M climbed all the way up to the top of the tower at the end of the beginning of today. So it was a pretty rough one. But let's have a little look at our roster, starting up with XL on that blue side. You can see Sendo in the top lane, Taxa is the jungler, Exile in the mid lane, Inax AD carry, and Kasing in support.
Oh, very hyped to see that. Very hyped to cast that. We've seen some big starts. I mean, Exile was big, right? Exile coming down was like, whoa, okay. But Kasing, even more so. And I think it's really hypey because obviously he is UK nationality, so him coming to play in the UK scene for, well, technically the first time, that's pretty big news.
Well, Diabolus will be on the red side like the devil himself. And let's have a little look at their roster. Starting up in the top lane is Kerberos. Monk is in the jungler. Krogson is that mid laner. And Yusa and Hado is the bot lane duo.
Yeah, so they've had really great performances. Bit dicey last week against M&M, but they still put up a very good fight. And, you know, I'm keen to see what they can do against this XL with their new Kasing support. They've definitely had good performances, and we're just going to see some flashes.
Yeah, we're just seeing some champs here,
These
man.
are champions, why not? You know,
production having a great time. They're just pressing all the buttons.
Yeah, they want to feel Barrage a bit. They're just cycling through. They're just messing with us.
It's the new mustache. It's too distracting. Our producer's growing a mustache now, and I think he's just too busy stroking it the whole time.
I don't think he's growing a mustache. I think this is his evil twin.
Oh, it's a. I'm trying to think of what I could call him.
Really
he's twiddling it at the moment. It's really off-putting.
Mischievously.
It's evil twin. He's even got a hat as well. He's got the farmer's hat. That's the key giveaway. If they're wearing a hat and a mustache, it's your evil twin.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Do you have an evil twin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see him someday.
I hope he doesn't cast. He comes in one day and says, I'm here to cast. I'm like...
He's a color caster. He can't color cast, just like me, actually. But that's why he's evil. Comes in with all the wrong statements and points.
Yeah. Oh, you never come in with wrong statements. Never.
No, that's not what I do. Right, we're into champ select. Thank God for that. XL will be starting up on that blue side, like I said. Curious to see what they're going to be taking away here. As the Nico gets banned. Don't want to see Yusa get his hands on that.
Yeah, I mean, with good reason. It's very hard to play against. It's very new as well. This is something that potentially could have been played for since Nico's release. But only recently have people gone, hey, this is actually really broken, and started playing it. So no team has a ton of practice against it. They don't want to leave it open, understandably. And Diabolus going to go with something a bit more standard, which is that Lucian ban. We've seen Inax have a lot of success on it. Also a couple of not so successful games. But, you know, it happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we do go back to the Nico, like obviously the main strength comes from the fact that, like you're saying, with a Vayne, with the free hit on the W, you have to hit it on the same person, but you can charge it on the Nico and then just auto-attack someone. So
and you get so much movement speed as well consistently. You can switch targets. You have great self-peel. It's really solid. Interesting to see the Rise ban come out, because that's something we saw Exile have a lot of success on. But obviously fearing that Kerberos can play at top, and also Krogson competent in those mages in the mid lane.
Yeah, well, we are seeing the Silas getting taken away here from the side of Diabolus. Curious to see what XL want to ban away. You've got to keep in mind that Vladimir, very strong for Kerberos last week.
They are not happy with Kerberos. They are not liking his
He's just getting targeted and taken away, but you've got to go back to last week, and all of the big turnaround plays for Diabolus came off the back of Yusa on the Kai'Sa. He looked incredible on that. So, I mean, that's still open to them, but maybe Inax wants to try and first pick it.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure about a Kai'Sa pick, but they could do it. but I think I wouldn't be too worried about Yusa getting it. I think there's now a more even spread of AD carries who are strong. I think that them banning away these champions from Curb is they want to get a good matchup for Sendo in the top lane. As for this first pick, you could take the Jarvan, would be good. Obviously has the flexibility, we see that often as a first pick coming out. But actually going for the Ezreal, so pulling away from all these more late game carries and saying, this is what I want to play. It's something that has more mid game pressure. We saw it not have the greatest success from Xmighty, even though he did put a lot of damage in, just didn't find the right timing. But Enact's confident enough to take it off the cards straight away. And interestingly enough, this leaves a potential Galio Jarvan to come out for Diabolus, which is a really common pickup on this side, but not looking anywhere for that. They are going straight for the Yasuo and the Alistar.
It was nice to see Kerberos give like a so long salute to Kale.
The old Kale.
As you know, way back when, it was his one trick. It was permaban versus him, but days have gone by. Kerberos has grown as a player since then, and for now, just going to get their hands on that Yasuo or Alistar, have a pretty big wombo combo. Curious to see whether or not it's Krogson taking it or Yusa taking it. He did say to me on Twitter last week, mate, you need to see my Yasuo.
This is the issue though. They give away that Galio, Jarvan, and XL pick it up instantly. And the thing is with the Yasuo Alistar is the Alistar can't be flexed at all. You know it's going to go support. The Yasuo can be, but after the nerfs, it's going to have a good lane matchup for it to be strong.
I mean, we're just having the same tweet from Prospect
yeah, why not?
before the break.
Keep pushing it. So this third pick, it'd be interesting to see if they want to get a jungler and secure that matchup, or looks like they're going to round out mid lane and take an Orianna for Krogson, which it's a good pick. He's very good on it, but the issue is you're against a Galio Jarvan, and there's no ways for the Orianna to get out of that situation. I mean, I guess you can shockwave on top of yourself and Zhonya's, but...
Now, it's a bit of a long shot, but that Yasuo could still be flexed to top lane as well as bot lane, so most likely going to see with Yusa playing it, but yeah, if they feel that like they can get a good matchup for it for Curb and they want to get something a little bit more high priority in the bot lane, they can swap it out and rotate it out.
I mean, it's absolutely a wombo combo. That is absolutely a wombo combo so far from Diabolus. That is like, we hit everything together, we just blow them up. The issue I'm seeing is that it's not going to be too easy to hit the Ezreal with that. Yeah. So, interesting to see how it's going to pan out. And yeah, I mean, it could potentially be a top lane Yasuo, but I'm very much leaning towards it being AD carry Yasuo, which I'm not sure how well it's going to do into the Ezreal and the Galio. It's hard to get on top of the Ezreal, and the Galio's taunt is very effective. So let's see bans come in. Diabolus hammering away at that mid lane, also taking the Nocturne. That makes sense, because we've seen Nocturne, Galio go. So if you have Nocturne, Jarvan, and Galio, I think you just instantly win.
Yeah, I mean, that is just the deep dive comp put together there. So going to take that away. Now looking at XL for their final ban. They've banned away the Poppy already, looking at maybe trying to target out Kerberos here. Yeah. Trying to get some top lane, force some more comfortable matchups for Sendo in that top lane now.
Interesting enough, the Yorick's just completely gone through this entire pick ban. It's been untouched. It's
going to make it through.
And it's going to make it through. And if Diabolus pick the jungler here, they could leave it as a Yorick last pick. But the issue is, XL could also take it for themselves on that rotation. And we've seen how, I mean, maybe not in Governor's hands, but we've seen how powerful that can be as a split push threat. And it could be very difficult for either of these teams to deal with when they're looking for such a team fight oriented comp. And we'll see the Sejuani. So more CC, more great team fighting, but it does mean that that top lane is going to be left.
All right, well, we're looking towards XL for their last picks here, what they're going to look to maybe lock in the top lane or the jungle, depending on what Taxa's going to be playing. Is curious to see what they decide to go for here. As a pick for Kasing, I've seen him play. Not going to actually go for that there. Looking for the Gragas to go in the jungle here.
But you say that, it could still be a flex. There's a lot of flexibility coming out here. The Gragas could be jungle, could be support. I think it's likely going to be Gragas jungle. Jarvan
this is
top,
such an
Galio
XL
support.
draft. They always have these drafts where just you don't know where anything is going until the last pick is locked in. And even if they lock that Zillion in, I mean, they could still lob it mid lane. Like, there's so many options to them here.
I feel like they're going to round out the comp with a mid lane pick here. And I like that LeBlanc gives a lot of pressure onto the Orianna. And it does mean I'm fairly likely to expect, well, it's a Galio bot lane, the Gragas jungle, the Jarvan top, and the Ezreal AD carry. Not a ton of sustained damage, a lot of burst. And their engage potential is huge, and someone like the Orianna is going to struggle into that. Now, Diabolus have to try and round out that composition. Personally, I think team fights might be a bit dicey, so if you look for something that can split push like the Yorick, I think you could be in a good position, and it looks like they've decided to go for that.
It's a return to Curb's style as well, where he used to be that split pusher who constantly asserted pressure. It's been banned so much here in the UKLC,
Yeah.
and we finally got to see it today. It did win. It wasn't the most strong showing from it, but we can definitely see what it's capable of. And in the hands of a player like Kerberos, who is an expert at split pushing, I'm really excited to see how this Yorick that we've been picking up for quite a while now is actually going to perform.
I think the matchup as well isn't great for Jarvan because, I mean, he's never going to be in a bad position because you can clear the waves and back away, but you can never get in the melee range of the Yorick once he has that maiden. He just absolutely murders you. So Sendo's going to be playing for his team with this pick. Kerberos is going to be playing for his split. And then crucially, it's going to come down to, can Diabolus find XL overextending? Can they find the wombo combos while Kerberos just splits away to his heart's content?
Well, guys, on that Twitch chat, do let us know who you think is going to win. Is it going to be XL or is it going to be Diabolus? We'll do that in a minute, though. Apparently, I'm told not to do that yet.
Yeah, so just got to wait a second. We're being tricked by the evil twin.
The evil twin, again, is sitting there manically laughing. He gave me a thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
Just to confirm that he is definitely the evil twin.
Yeah, just to reassure us so that we knew. Yeah,
let's talk win conditions. What are we expecting coming into this game? What are our conditions for XL and Diabolus?
XL are a composition that in the mid game they just want to absolutely come online and pull a blinder. They have so much gank potential with the Gragas and the lanes. There's a lot of opportunity. I want to see Taxa make things happen early, transition that into leads on your LeBlanc, means that LeBlanc can roam, and then just take over the map. It should be that mid game point where anytime someone tries to face check a bush, they're likely to die, and you just win off that. The thing with Diabolus is they have that split push win condition, which is crucially going to be there. And also their scaling is pretty solid because Orianna Yasuo into the late game is never a bad composition to have. The issue is Sejuani just isn't going to have as much impact as the Gragas in the early levels.
Well, we're through onto the Summoner's Rift for our fourth game of the day. XL taking on Diabolus.
What a day.
What a day. XL definitely want to get themselves a win because if Diabolus can actually beat them here, it actually puts Diabolus in a very comfortable position coming out of Week 4, Day 1. And XL, one of the teams who we pegged to be one of the stronger teams here in the UKLC, I mean, actually will be quite low down on the charts in the power rankings now that M&M have given themselves 5 points. Yusa already been forced to flash here, though.
Yeah, so early flash being used by Yusa, just didn't expect the invade to come through, so good moves coming out from XL. And that's a big thing, that early summoner from Yusa, because it limits how aggressive you can be with that champion. And what a bit of advantage. Oh, look at XL, great play. Distortion's in, lands the auto attack, just outplayed against Krogson.
I don't think he got the electrocute off, though, so it wasn't it wasn't a 10 out of 10. It was a good solid, it was a solid 6 out of 10 as see Taxa start up on his blue buff. Monkeys on the red buff, so junglers are mirroring each other on the map so far. But we do want to keep our eyes on this bot lane, Yasuo. So far, it's only been X-Maddie on Fnatic to run this bot lane.
Yeah, I mean,
they're just going to get zoned because there's no flash on Yas.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just that. It's the fact that you have a ranged AD carry against the Alistar who's useless level 1. And, I mean, this is what you expect from Kasing. This is a guy who has oodles of experience on the LEC stage. You give him an inch, he's going to take 7 miles. So, unsurprising, they're going to apply the pressure. But that's fine. You expect to get zoned out in the early levels as Alistar Yasuo. This isn't why you pick this composition. You pick it because of the strength at level 6.
Already, though, 8 CS on Inax to Yusa, who's sitting on 0. That wave will finally crash in, but he's already lost fair amount of pressure. As Krogson will spot Taxa out moving across the map. That does mean Monkeys
just stealing
a little bit low on HP. Probably can't actually try and take the crab.
Yeah, and actually they have the movement from the bot lane, so they're easily going to secure this crab. I think that's why Taxa walked straight to the lane. He wasn't caring about being spotted out. He just wanted to instantly get there while his bot lane had pressure. Picks up that crab early on, and he actually managed to pick up the top lane crab as well. So he's doing a really good job to get ahead, and this is what you want from the Gragas, who's going to have more early ganking pressure than the Sejuani, especially with lanes like these, which have a good amount of setup.
Well, XL in that mid lane still pretty comfortable versus Krogson. Already goes in for a trade. Krogson half HP at the moment and half mana. Definitely a bit rougher start here for the Diabolus mid lane. Where are you predicting First Blood Orcs? I want some predictions from you. Where are you expecting First Blood to happen?
Mid lane. I think Krogson's going to go down because Gragas LeBlanc is really scary. I think bot lane, although Eustace down flash, I don't think he's going to leave his tower anytime soon, so... I'm fearful for mid lane. Like, you see Krogshin pushing out, which is good. You want to push out, but, like... Could end up backfiring. I mean, I say that, but... Taxa's moving bot.
Taxa is looking for it. He does have that flash available. In comes Kasing with the taunt. It is going to go off onto one. A 3-man headbutt pulverized, though, by Haddo. Will disengage for the moment. User ignited, and Inax flashes forward. First blood over to Kasing.
And they proved me wrong almost instantly, so thanks for that, guys. But good play from them. They committed a lot of flashes there, but they knew the flash being down from User meant that Inax can just dab on the haters.
That's not a dab. What is that dance?
It's I can't remember. Oh, it's the Orange Justice dance.
The Orange Justice dance?
Yeah, because there was a competition to get a dance featured in Fortnite.
Yes, yes, and now I remember.
That kid in the orange t-shirt did that swaggy dance. So it got called Orange Justice. Because he didn't win, and everyone was like, what the heck, he should have won. Taxa coming in with the Predator.
Yeah, he's looking to be really proactive here. Curb gets flagged, dragged, knocked up, chilling smite, red buff, everything layered in. And Sendo will not be gifted that kill as Taxa is going to tax it away.
Not a good start for Diabolus. I mean, this is what XL want, Textbook. They get the early advantages. The Gragas is making things happen. Look bot lane, you have the Sheen coming out from Ezreal, so he has great poke and trading power. Good moves from Taxa, and he's someone who there's been a bit of question marks thrown out in the past weeks of not making the most impact in the early game. But here he is really on form, and you got to ask how having that veteran in the bot lane helps out with that. I mean, no discredit from Mystique, who's obviously been phenomenal so far, apart from that one time he entered on Galio. But
that was Rakan, but...
Oh, Rakan, yeah, sorry, into Galio. But, I mean, having a shot caller at the level of Kasing is no doubt going to help so much.
Oh, Krogson taking a really uncomfortable trade. Monkeys is going to try and get this Ocean Drake here for his team. Bot lane have that pressure asserted, but you can see Taxa also roaming over to try and contest this. And Monkeys,
going to force
half HP is just going to be forced away.
Yeah, good moves from Taxa. All he has to do is walk down and go, hey, get out of here.
I want to know, Orcs, who has the best haircut in League of Legends?
Yasuo is pretty cool. Do you not think?
I mean, it's just a really big ponytail, though. It's nothing, like, impressive.
But it's pretty cool. I mean, you try and grow that hair in real life.
I don't want to, but you guys over on the Twitch, you can actually let us know who you think is going to win. The poll is now live. XL versus Diabolus. Let us know who you think is going to win, and we'll reveal your vote in a little bit.
Yep.
How is Twitch chat doing, actually, on the predictions so far?
Pride. Well, they were 50-50 in the last game.
We'll get production to check that for us.
They were wrong the first game. They were...
I'm getting shrugs. Find out.
I think they were right the second game.
See how good you guys are at predicting
and
back
then
at home.
last game it was a draw, so, you know, no one gets a point then.
Also, let us know who you think's got the best haircut in League of Legends.
I'm trying to think. It's so hard to picture them all in your head. Plus, do we include skins, or is it just base skin?
I think we can include skins.
Okay, that makes it even more complicated.
Oh, it does make it real complicated. Let's go base.
Okay. Speaking of base...
I mean, Tarek has, like, luscious long locks.
Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't say it's good, but it's like luscious and long. It's obviously well kept. He's a man who uses conditioner.
Can you relate?
Yeah. You kidding me? I bleached my hair for 2 years.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Apparently you guys at home suck at predicting the games, as you've got every single one wrong so far. Let's see if you can get this one right.
In fairness, I'll give credit to you, Twitch chat. I got a lot of them wrong too, because it's been a day of upsets, a day of spicy games.
All right, so 70% of you are voting for XL, meaning 30% of you are voting for Diabolus. Will this be the game that breaks the trend? Or you guys continue to be less than ideal in your analysis?
Monkeys is coming bot. They're going to look for something.
Yusa does have that knock up. He's trying to charge it up, and Haddo sniffing for that headbutt pulverize. Inax feeling comfortable, but they did give it up.
There is no way a level 5 Alistar walks that far up unless the jungler's there. And you can see question mark pings coming out from XL. You can't fool someone with the experience of Kasing. Yes, I'm mentioning it again, but I'm hyped. I'm casting him. Let me have this.
Well, so far it's been a pretty good start for XL. One kill was Kasing did get first blood, and then there was another one in the top lane as Taxa picked it up onto Kerberos. But 8 minutes on the clock. Zeal finished up on Yusa. Tyr and Sheen in Inax's pocket. And Kerb just got that Ruby Crystal and that Longsword as Taxa is just turboing in towards Kerberos.
Yeah,
Haddo's on his way though.
Good moves from Kerberos to back off, but they lose a bit of plating, lose a bit of pressure. And now you can actually see Kasing moving up, and he does have that ultimate. So if they go for a dive, it will very quickly be 4 members, but it looks like they're just going to back off. They forced Haddo to come up. They're happy with that situation. And the control XL has on the map, they're like almost a different team since the sort of more sporadic gameplay we saw from them previously in the tournament. It's very controlled, it seems now.
Well, they don't want a massive upset like they had last week, so...
You mean like Fnatic had? Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. I mean, I would personally.
I mean, as a, yeah.
If I was on XL, then no, I wouldn't.
As
but
a
I
caster,
love the upsets.
Yeah, man,
Spicy.
This is interesting games.
If all my predictions come right, then I'm very bored.
You don't. You're not about the pride. You're about the excitement. I expect that.
I love being proved wrong.
The entertainment value is what you look for. Can see Krogson, no mana versus Exile here. He's going to get rooted up, but the minions doing a fair amount of damage in return. Jungler for the Diabolus. Monk has not been able to really find himself an opening on the map, find that engage. He's looking to try and get someone like Yusa snowballing as soon as possible, but our CS deficit is starting to grow more and more as the game ticks away.
And we're getting towards the point where XL's comp really comes online. That mid game is where they're going to spike. We still need a bit more to come out. We want Inax to get a bit more in his build and fully stack up that mirror mana, but it's not a good sign when Diabolus already 2.5k gold behind.
Krogson, she will absorb the chains.
HP. I think he's confident he has a barrier. Yeah. XL might be looking.
I think he just wants to try and get that lost chapter on this base if he can.
Yeah.
Usa's coming to cover though to make sure no plates go down. Has got Monkeys about. XL pretty low on mana. He's not going to give away the play quite yet though. As Kasing is also waiting in the wings, and Yusa needs to be careful. Knock up, going to get dodged out. Could have spelled disaster for Diabolus if he went in there.
Mungus and Haddo are going to try and get some vision control. But the thing is, your mid lane is gone. They're going to have to back off. And the control's regained by XL. And they're crucially going to catch that ward in the Rift Herald pit. And then actually free to chip away at this tower on his own. And Ezreal does a pretty good job of that with his new W.
It's not really new anymore.
It still feels new to me. I'm an old man. Yasuo still feels new to me.
Because he's banned every game, you never get to see
TP's coming
him.
in.
Looks like a fight might be breaking out here. Kasing lands in the taunt. Sendo's entered into the fray. Does have that flag, drag, and the dunk. In comes the Galio. The Demacian Death Bowl is on, but Krogson comes through. Does have that shockwave available. XR able to pick one up onto Haddo. That's going to be a one-man shockwave, and now Sendo has been caught out. The health bar is low. Another taunt by Kasing comes through. It's a double kill onto Exile, and Yusa's running low. The shield is going to get popped, and Krogson running away. The health bars on XL exceptionally low though, and Krogson trying to dive away. Does not have that shockwave, and Inax is putting some serious poke in for the moment.
Just great moves coming out from XL. Looked a bit dicey at first, but then the re-engage from Kasing was crucial. And it sort of makes you understand why this guy was in the LEC for so long.
Really solid play coming forward for Kasing on his Galio. Tax is going to pick up that Rift Herald as well. And they're walking quite content with their CS lead. Krogson, a bit of poke on to Sendo.
Crucially, Diabolus now think XL on the other side of the map. They haven't recalled. We can get this Infernal Dragon, but XL is going to push the towers down. They have the Rift Herald. This tower is going to go down and give all the platings over to Inax.
Even more crucially though, XL has also based on that LeBlanc. He has himself his Ludens finished up, and he can actually maybe look for the fight here. He has got the help of Sendo, and you can see Kerberos trying to zone them away for the moment. XL comes over the wall. Great windwall though by Yusa will block out the poke, and he's going to be able to walk away. They do get the Infernal Drake, but they lose the first blood turret. Yeah,
so a massive gold advantage coming out to XL there. They get exactly what you want from the Rift Herald. You get all those turret platings onto your AD carry. Diabolus do walk away with the Infernal Dragon, but until later on, that's not really going to make that much of a difference.
Curious to see I assume Use is going for the static shiv, is what we've seen more recently. Yeah, he's got the kinetic shard, I believe that's called.
Kirsch's shard, I believe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Use kinetic movement to charge it, though.
Very true. But yeah, we'll be going towards that. Helps with the wave clear to stall that as well. I mean, things are looking great, but still. Late game for Diabolus with the Yasuo Orianna. Pretty solid in team fights. And that Yorick is a strong split pusher. But right now, XL are looking very good. They're 5k gold up. They're getting to that real mid-game point where that Mirror Mana is fully stacked. That LeBlanc is very strong right now. Diabolus, they have to weather the storm if they want a chance to get back in this game.
And we know Diabolus are capable of weathering that storm. They've done it before oh so many times. Last week was a week of this team holding out fast. In comes the last breath. Down comes the damage. And Sendo is going to get picked up by Yusa.
I mean, if he's going to give away a free kill, then don't weather the storm. Take advantage of the misplays. So good moves from Hado there to capitalize and showing Diabolus still have some life here.
But Croxon's been forced to roam, and now Yusa looking to chase it. Kasing needs to be a little bit careful as Croxon was flanking, but Mana Bar was a little bit low in XL. We'll be able to get a second turret here for XL. Taking it down and extending that gold lead to 5k in favor of this team. They do not want to have the same showing they had last week. They want to come up big. They want to come up clean. They want to close this out as quick as possible. Now that Fnatic are out the running, this could be a contention for them to get on top of that tower once again. Yeah, I mean, it opens up the possibilities. Both Diabolus and XL are going to be wanting to get through because Fnatic was that big, scary monster at the end who they were concerned about. And with them off the cards, you've got to be feeling a bit more confident. However, we've seen Eminem and Enclave and Barrage all looking solid. So this is their first game of the week, and this is going to be a tough one, but it's not going to get easier after that. I'm glad you mentioned Enclave, actually, because Enclave are a team who we wrote off on week 1. Then they had a game versus XL and Fnatic, lost both those games, but looked pretty convincing. Then they just came up big.
They got good.
Well, they beat Fnatic out, they look strong, they look comfortable, and might be another team that these teams need to be a little bit afraid of. And M&M also, rightfully so, earning their place at the top of that tower, now taking on 2 of the strongest teams we have here in the UK.
It's starting to get really scary.
And Diabolus as well. They've actually beaten all of our strongest teams.
Great interrupt.
Jumps onto Sendo. The Arctic Assault is huge, and Kerberos finds himself a kill. Now Hado and Croxon have to hold up versus 4XL over that wall on the LeBlanc. The cast comes in, the double distortion on, misses out on the chains, and now Hado stuck between a hard place for him, but the shockwave will be available for the moment. That's going to be the engage as Monkeys comes in. The last breath goes down, and Monkeys finds himself the kill. Diabolus looking to chase for more, though, as Exile will be next on Yusa's hit list. He throws up the wall, he throws up the knock-up, and Exile is going to get his Mimic just forced out.
Just misplays from XL. I mean, Sendo overextending again in this punish, and then they feel confident to push up mid, but it was a great disengage. Hado bought a lot of space, followed by the shockwave from Croxon, and then they overcommit onto the Alistair with ult. It's never going to go well. Inax ends up getting caught out, and Diabolus showing they have a lot more life than the early levels gave credit to them. And taking that tower on the top side from Kib as well. We said the split push from the Shark is going to be huge. It's coming out already.
Yeah, he's got the Maiden out with him, so he's pretty comfortable pushing away, and that's going to be the first turret for Diabolus, but there's still a 3-turret lead to XL.
It's nice, because split pushing can be lonely.
Yeah.
But when you have your Maiden with you, and all the ghouls, it feels like you have a little party in your own lane.
You got your little family.
Yeah. It's no doubt comforting to Kerberos, who probably used to play in split pushes where you're just by yourself, just you and your minions.
But now he's got a really big minion, and minions that jump. They remind me of the, what are those creatures from Left 4 Dead? The ones that, like, jump onto you?
Yeah, is it the hunters?
Jockeys, I think?
No, well, jockeys are the ones, yeah, they jump onto your head from Left 4 Dead 2. Hunters are the one that leap and then, like, pin you down. And then you're screaming at your teammates to free you, and they just don't. And you're like, cheers, buddy.
God damn it, coach! That was a good game.
I love that game.
That was such a good game.
My friends call me coach.
Oh boy! All right.
We should play that sometime.
We should,
but not right now because we're supposed to be casting some League of Legends.
Oh, coach is chasing Exile down here. Kerberos is looking to try and get himself a bit of poke, but Exile actually extremely low here. He's going to have his passive forced out.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we saw the Yorick not have too much success in Governor's Hand, but now the fact he can force out a LeBlanc, like, don't get me wrong, LeBlanc's not like best in side lanes because the wave clear is a bit limited, but the fact that like XL actually has to back because he takes damage from a melee champion is kind of concerning. Because right now the Jarvan doesn't want to go up against the Yorick. I don't think LeBlanc does either. I don't think anyone wants to go up against the Yorick.
Yeah, Curb has himself a pretty healthy CS lead. He's got that Trinity Force as well, so tower taking capabilities, 1v1 capabilities are very much alive here. Ascendo on that Tiamat and the components for a Black Cleaver, but still not finished it yet.
It's how sad things are for Ascendo, because he won't even walk up to the wave. And, like, he's just clearing from a distance. He's so scared that Kairos could be hiding in the bush waiting for him. He's just like, I ain't going close. Feels a bit unlucky, but he has picked up that Black Cleaver now. A nice power spike, but still not really going to be able to go in melee range off this Yorick, who is once again pushing bot lane with the Maiden. Never alone when playing Yorick.
It's nice. But if we do look at what XL are actually looking to do on the map right now, is they're looking towards the Baron as it's spawning up in 7 seconds. Just want to get vision control, and this is where we'll see someone like Kasing's experience really come up on how well XL can execute a Baron dance here versus Diabolus.
Absolutely, and they're going to get the control, and the crucial thing is if they get that, it's very easy to find a pick. There's a lot of pick potential coming out from the side of XL, but XL's got to be careful, and he will just distortion over.
I think he just stepped out of the bush.
Spotted him out, but couldn't find him.
In a 1v2 situation, that's going to be the Demacian Deathbot once again. Taxa intercepts him with a belly bomb, and Curb is going to get taken down by Kasing.
Yeah, and because they have this setup here, Diabolus aren't in a position where they're going to stop the Baron. They'll clear out some of the good moves from Exile.
Looking for the chains. Great wind wall comes up, though, to block away as Inax just cues Baron out of frustration.
Gives him a little tickle. But yeah, just good moves from Exile. They knew by setting up control of the Baron area, there was no way Diabolus could just rush the Baron, especially with LeBlanc and Ezreal on their tail. So they go for that push. They not only kill Kairos, but they're actually going to get this bot lane tower, and Monkeys is waiting top, looking for...
Exile is definitely smelling something in the water here. He distorts forward, hasn't it? Not available. That's going to be the last breath onto Exile. His passive gets forced, and his health bar is going low. They're looking to flash away. The minion is enough for Yusa to chase him. He's got the moves back and gets taken down by Monkeys with the ultimate.
Crucially, Monkeys held the ult for so long there. Manages to get him at the end when all the mobility's gone. It looked flashy, it was close, but he does get taken down. However, Monkeys burns his flash, both summoners from Yusa, and they lost that bot in a tower off the back of that. So still, almost 5k gold behind, despite making that play.
Ocean Drake spawning up in 1 minute 40 as well. It should be nice for a team like XL if they can get double Oceans. It means because they've got a fairly slow Baron.
Yeah.
If they start it and they peel away, they have the double Ocean to regen, so it'd be quite nice for them to get their hands on that.
I really rate double Ocean Ezreal just because he's one of these champions where having high mana is actually beneficial to your damage, not just like how many spells you can cast. And he has finished that mirror mana, so going to be pumping out some fairly consistent damage if he finds the opportunity to hit the targets. And that's the difficulty because you potentially have to go through the Alistair, go through the Sejuani, who are very tanky, not the targets he wants to hit, and then there's also the wind wall from Yusa. Can throw a spanner in the works. And right now, Inax has TP, and he's sneaking bot lane, so be very quiet. But they're looking for Kairos.
Well, Kerberos has had a ping on top of him. Ascendo's already half HP, but it looks like they're actually looking to make the play happen. Curb steps away, half healthing Sendo.
They just kill the maiden.
HP.
That's all they need to do. They just kill the maiden, and this is a common tactic. Is just kill the maiden. It's got a fairly long cooldown. It means that Kairos can't really apply pressure in the meantime, and that was weird, just for Inax to go down and do that. They don't lose much pressure around the Baron area. Because he had TP, there's no real threat they would do the Baron. It's got to be frustrating for Kairos, though, you know. He's doing his thing in the side lane. They don't even kill him, they just kill his friend, and they're like, see you later, bud.
That's the saddest drive-by you'll ever have. It looks like XL just continues to try and dance around the vision here at Baron Nashor, try and get control of this objective as much as possible.
Been a fairly slow-paced game compared to the other ones we've had.
I mean, game one was not very slow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like actually Hado Gonna get caught out here. The Redemption's not gonna heal him up. He's forced to flash away. The True Shot Barrage is on, and Kasing trying to channel that up. That's gonna be the last breath onto one. Throws in the hero's entrance onto one as Yusa's gonna go down, and Exile already forced very, very low. Curb, Krogson, and Monkeys gonna stand here though for the side of Diabolus.
They kill the bot lane and they get out. That's what they're hoping for. They don't feel confident enough to go for the Baron though. Well, actually, no, they're going to get Ezreal to TP in. Monkeys is still there. He could steal it away. But I think they're just trying to bait a fight out here.
Need to get the last breath onto more than just one person for Diabolus. It feels like Yusa's definitely got an itchy trigger finger on that Archie.
I understand that you want to pin down LeBlanc, and they nearly did kill her, but it's not going to win you the team fight. I mean, Hado was caught out there. Might have been weird just to let him go, and then you have an extra member to contest the Baron. But it doesn't end up giving away the Baron to Excel, so it's not too big of a defeat. And we now have that 2-item spike come out from Yusa, so he's going to be pumping out a fairly solid amount of consistent damage.
Curious to see what he goes for next. This does give him that 100% crit still.
I would say GA.
I've seen a Frozen Mallet as well.
I don't think Frozen Mallet's good here because everyone on the side of XL is mobile, so like slow on them's not really going to do that much. Like, unless you plan to go in the side lane and split push against the Yorick. I mean, the Yorick's on your team, so that would be really impressive.
That's called inting, friend.
Yeah, that is.
If you play to ruin the game for your side.
Yeah, so I think you'll probably just go for something more defensive. If he has that GA, harder to pin down, or potentially the Bloodthirster, so he has a bit more sustain. Maybe even the Sterix.
Oh, Predator's on for Taxa here. It's just put the Turbo Jets on. Sendo might look for that engage, has the flag and drag available, but not going to pull that trigger quite yet. As
yeah, not convinced that Hado is the target with his ult again, so they will back off.
Curb just takes the Drake. He's got his friend back. Him and his friend are just plodding around.
Happy.
This is just so classic Curb as well. Like, you look at the scoreline, but in comes the engage onto Kasing. Gets himself the taunt. The Shockwave is available for Krogson. Kasing buying so much time and is forced to flash away. The Redemption will even heal him up. And now Exile, with the exhaust on, is forced to distort away and maybe looks for a bit of damage onto one. A massive chunk of damage, though, by Krogson. Does come through as the tower goes down in the bot lane.
That was one tanky Galio. Lasted a very long time. But in the end, the winners have to be Diabolus. They get that tower on the bot lane, and they force XL away from the Baron area. But Gragas is coming down. Kerberos has to be a bit careful, but he's very strong.
He knows this is happening. He does have that Sterix available to him. You can see Kasing also making his way down. Hero's Entrance not available quite yet to him. And Curb forced to run away. Taxa's low HP.
I want to see bot.
He's got the mana, he's got the health. He's actually 1v3 down here. What's going on? Curb,
what are you doing with the camera?
Gets the kill.
It happened. It happened. We don't know how, but good play from Kerberos. And now this means Diabolus is going to go straight to the Baron because 3 members bot means it should be an easy pickup.
Oh,
look at the damage on
Hado gets jumped in Exile. Looking to get that Sigil in. Is forced to jump out, but he gets the kill in time. And now Monkeys throws out the ultimate. Doesn't quite connect onto anyone. And Yusa is in a dangerous position. Has to flash away. And now Exile hungry for the kill. The chains come out, but the wall will block them out for the moment. And Curb has entered into the fray. Full HP, but Maiden just going to make their way back.
Oh, what a back and forth there with Kerberos finding the play.
I'm so sad we didn't see what happened.
You know who to blame for that. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him. Okay. I would hope we get the replay, but I don't think we're going to. So we'll just have to move on and assume that Kerb made the miracle play.
He did?
Yeah. He's very strong now. Big tanky level 16 boy. Very thick, and actually picked up the Raptor cloak, so...
that is full commitment to the split push.
He's running a split, got a BF sword as well. And that is
not ZZ Tot, it's ZZ Rock.
That is a win condition for Diabolus, is that they have the split push pressure, and also they're team fighting, and you've seen they've started to get more power in these team fights.
Well, Exile forced to use his ultimate as well to distort away.
Not the biggest issue, cooldown's okay, but still, forced back, and you can see Diabolus starting to get some more pressure. They were behind before, but now you're actually ahead in levels against Inax. And Krogson ahead in levels against Exile. They'll still be behind in gold, but definitely helps out to bridge the gap.
Sorry, goes down. That's a lot of HP onto Hado. He's already low. Forced to use the ultimate, and Sendo dunks him for the kill. As Yusa going to put the wall up a little bit too late here. No Shockwave. Hado connect.
Has consistently stepped up, and a lot of times it was okay, because in the early game, you're not going to punish this Alistar. But now... you're not tanky as a support, and he pops his ult too late.
We're seeing the return to the old Kerberos style. We're seeing the return to the old Hado style.
What, running it down?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can say that, but in credit to him, he's up against Kasing, who is pretty good from what I hear.
He's got Yusa, who's also pretty good from what I hear.
True. But right now, it really comes down to this Baron, which is what XL are starting up. And the thing is, Diabolus is all recalled, so they're not there to contest this. It's a slow Baron.
It's going to be a very slow Baron. Now that Sendo's here to give the attack speed steroid, will be a little bit quicker, but you can see Curb, no teleport available. Doesn't
5K.
actually know what's going on. He could have gone for the inhib turret, but they just have no vision. They've got this indeed as Hado's coming in. Good cast to secure that, and Monkeys cannot quite close the gap in time. Baron is going to go down.
Just a rookie mistake for the whole team to recall together. It's just, you shouldn't be doing that, and it gives them a window that XL are quick to execute on. They'll look at this tower in mid lane, but with a Baron, the game is back into XL's hands.
And you could tell how little vision they had as Curb was just doing the Krugs in the bot lane at the time. Wasn't aware that they were going for the Baron until it was just too late.
He was just Krugging it up. So now it comes down to what can XL do with this? Because again, their comp spiked in the mid game. I'm not saying their comp are useless late. The Ezreal still is going to be a relevant threat.
He's got a GA.
Why not? Makes it even harder. You're going to be able to 1v3 a lot easier with that. And this is the real win condition for Diabolus. Yes, Orianna and Yasuo are going to be strong in the late game, but it feels like they're not being given the opportunity by XL.
Ooh, Inax. That is a lot of damage from those ghouls.
But they might be able to kill the Maiden, which would be crucial here, but she's going to back off so they don't get it. It's actually so huge to kill the Maiden. It's so strong. And if they take it off the map, it really gives a window where Kerberos just isn't the strongest champion in the game.
We're going to have to see how him and Monkeys can stop Sendo's pushes. You can see XL grouping up in between the mid and the top lane. They're looking for their opening, looking for that engage if they can get it. They are going to take down the turret in the top lane. Tier 2 goes down. This is 6 turrets to 4 in favor of XL. The gold leads 7,500 ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot. They're making the good moves. And right now, Kerberos just isn't able to split push. But the wave clear's coming out, and XL do not want to look for a dive.
Very dangerous to dive into this comp.
Yeah,
lots of CC, lots of big team fight ultimates, so good job of XL to respect that, but XL just gets chunked by Krogson.
That is the power of this Orianna in the late game. Just chunks at XL. Now, he's going to have to recall. Only has that one Ocean. I don't think it's enough. We'll back off, and that really just puts the brakes on XL's Baron pressure.
Well, let's have a disco, apparently.
I mean, that was cool.
Just showing off our new effects.
I mean, it was cool, so I'm not going to complain. It was just a little transition.
But actually, the more I look at him, the more I am convinced it is Borg's evil twin.
He's just twiddling his mustache. It's a little prankaroonie. Anyway, moving on.
He's telling us off because we understand. We know the truth.
Champions, items, Inax, fully stacked Saras, Blade of the Rune King, QSS as well. Yusuf quite far behind in items. And yes, he has more expensive items, but still. Probably going to want to get that Steric soon. Both mid laners eyeing up that Rabadon's death cap as soon as possible. Still a ways to go. Gold definitely in the favor of XL, but Diabolus keeping it close. And the levels are pretty tight. Apart from Kerberos. Kerberos is really far ahead. But for the most part, mid laners are tied, AD carries are tied. The other roles don't matter. Well, they're just tanks, you know. It's nice, but it's not going to change the game. And now, crucially, Krogson has picked up that Rabadon's, and we saw how close he was to essentially one-shot in Exile. I think that'll push him over the limit.
Yeah, he's going to be able to do a serious amount of damage. Now, you can see the recalls are coming through for XL. Curb is just such a big threat.
It's so hard to find an answer to this Yorick because Sendo doesn't want to go. And you can see the tower already getting chunked so hard.
I mean, when that ZZ Rock comes through...
I think the reason you pick up the Raptor Cloak is you get the extra movement speed running past turrets.
Yes.
So I think it's just it's even easier for him to just get away. Like, even dead turrets would buy it, so you could just zoom out. Because that is the one issue with Yorick, lacks mobility. But, itemized pretty smartly with our boy Kerberos.
Ever the inventor.
Yep.
So he's just trying to get that farm. He's now got the Sterix finished up, so he's got that 3 items on Yasuo.
Here's a question for you. Is Kerberos loving this meta because he gets to play stuff like Yorick? Or does he hate it because everyone's playing stuff like Yorick?
I feel like he likes it. I mean, isn't he kind of busy playing like Master Yi at the moment?
In solo queue, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the day he brings that out, it'll be a dark day indeed for UKC.
It would not be a dark day. It would be a great day. I'm hoping he pulls out the Kale after the rework. He's not, because from the words, it's actually Yusa going in onto Taxa. Word on the street is Kale is
Not great.
going to take some time.
Yeah.
But it could be like Urgot, where people just didn't realize the power.
Yeah, or not.
Or not.
I think being melee for such a long time kind of blows.
She gets 1 ranged auto.
True. That's all you need.
That's like 1 farm every 8 seconds or something. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you time it well.
I mean,
might be a couple of
you just gotta play for the late game. Just stall it out, and then you just go zoom, 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 and just cut through everything.
Well, for now he's on that Yorick. What is the answer going to be to him? He's level 18. He's almost full build. Baron Nashor's spawning.
You have to
and you can see that Sendo's come to deal with him, but Sendo alone is not enough to deal with him.
I think Kerberos actually can kill him under turret. Like, not even kidding. I mean, the XL are moving down to cover, but I think if it's a 1v1 on a turret and Kerberos is a turret, he still loses.
Oh, Exile goes in with a distortion. That's going to be a lot of damage. Curb forced to flash away. Has that GA.
They can just rush Baron.
And look at Diabolus. They're just pinging the Baron. Croxon was even coming to cover just in case, as Diabolus may be a little bit too slow to get onto the Baron. So can see that XL do just walk away. But that's Curb's flash down.
Yep, and the Maiden is dead for now. So in a decent position, but you saw how much damage he did to Exile there. Just smacked him one. And obviously it wasn't enough to kill Exile, but it's just a scary amount, especially for Sendo who has to lane against that. Not fun.
You know he commits to like full split push if he buys like a sorcery elixir in this game. Just gets the true damage on the towers.
Yep.
As you can see, Croxon's always Exile's always waiting in the wings. Great true shot will give away the game
signs
here.
Yeah, Sing's magic damage shield actually came in pretty huge there because shrugged off Croxon's damage. I'm not sure anyone else on the roster would be able to do that so easily.
Well, that shockwave is available. Croxon, level 17, so he's got all 3 points in that shockwave now.
Crucially, Maiden is back available. When Kerberos wants to use it, it's going to be split push time for him. Elder Dragon up in 2.
You can see Sendo is itching. He wants to fight with the team. The TP's coming in.
For the flank.
That's going to be the flank here. You can see Hado also miles away from his team. Double distortion. Croxon does dodge away. That's going to be Sendo with the engage. Looking to go in onto Yusa, who's going to go golden for the moment. But you can already see Curb inside the base. Can XL hold out here as Diabolus are forcing to run away? Explosive cast connects onto Croxon and Hado is there. A shockwave lands onto one. They're just stopping the recalls like you said. They're trying to teleport into the base. But Kerberos is ripping through the towers. Now Inax is trying to go in on him. They're fighting
I don't
everywhere.
think he can stop him.
Curb still has that GA. He's taking down the Nexus. It's going to get forced and Maiden is going to be used. Curb with a 1-2 punch onto the Nexus will fall down as the shutdown for Exile is here. But Diabolus have started up Baron.
Oh, they will have to back off because of low health bars, but there's so much of the XL base just taken out.
He's got teleport.
TP yet. Not sure if he managed to, I think he might have managed to place a ward there. No, I think that's just a death symbol, so won't be able to instantly teleport there, but it's such a huge threat right now.
The nearest ward is in the red buff.
Yeah.
Has that ZZ rot? If XL overextend one time, he will just bolt into that lane.
If they do what they did there,
the ZZ rot, this game will be over, and they know that.
XL need to take this window where Kerberos is still dead and try and get an objective. The easiest is probably the Elder Dragon. I think they just have to look for it right now, because if they don't take it now, they'll miss their chance absolutely. They are pinging it. They are moving towards it.
The Diabolus know this, and they're just going to go straight on to the Baron Nashor.
It's a trade you have to make.
This is...
If you don't take it now, you're going to lose both. So I understand the decision making.
Curbs up, and he's got that teleport. Watch him standing on the base. He's still got home guards. That's going to be Baron Nashor picked up in favor of Diabolus and Kerberos. Not going to pull the punch here.
I think he could actually made it, you know? I think if he TP... Nah, I think the TP takes too long.
It was too risky because they were on that side of the map.
The TP takes too long.
Yeah,
it would have been funny to see, but you're probably right. But anyway, so...
Without GA as well, I think it's like very risky.
Diabolus get the Baron, XL get the Elder. This does mean the second Elder win condition is pretty strong for XL, but they have to wait a significant amount of time before that comes up. Right now, they have the shorter buff, but it does give them more power in team fights. But in split push, I think I'd rather have the Baron.
The other catch here is as well as it does stop some of this Baron push because Diabolus not really going to want to go toe-to-toe with a 3-buff Elder Drake. So they're just they're playing with a little bit of respect. As Sendo now has his GA. Looking, my Kerberos is on
Yusa's got
cooldown
his
for
as
the
well.
moment. The push is starting up here for Diabolus. They're looking to try and take down this turret. See the ZZ Rot has been thrown down in that top lane, and Curb with the Maiden is going to rip through these objectives. Sendo looking for that flank, looking for that engage.
They want the team fight with the Elder Dragon buff. They're looking for Curb.
Yeah, they're going on to Curb. That's going to be a lot of ultimates used just for Kerberos here, and Diabolus stepping away for the moment. Cask is going to get blocked down. Curb,
he's surviving!
He's going to be able to stay alive. Exile's running away from him, and Curb is trying to get the kill. Exile does take him down, though, and it's just the one kill for the moment in favor of Exile. The belly bop is going to be a shutdown, and now Diabolus in a dangerous position without Krogson. Down goes Hado. It's just Yusa. It's just Monkeys, and Inax is pumping in the damage, is doing the work, is doing so much as Yusa has that GA, tries to block a bit of the damage away, but he is going to get taken down. The res is coming forward, and the full ace for XL onto Diabolus comes up.
And just a massive mistake coming out from Diabolus. Inax is there to clean up the fight, and this is the issue. They had the Elder Dragon. That was the time window where XL wanted a team fight. They pulled the trigger, and they executed exactly as they wanted to do. A clean ace. They might just look to push for the end here.
Turbo boosters are on. Taxa is looking to try and get these minions down and push this wave in. You got 13 seconds still Krogson. Sorry, 17 seconds still Krogson. Curb up in 10. Hado coming up even sooner.
I think they just get the
It's going to be a hard push if they want to go for the win here. They don't have their AD carry, so they're just going to take the inhib and step away.
Yeah, they will back off. Hado going to clear out those wards. But still a big team fight win, and you start to look at the carries on XL. 7-1-2 on that LeBlanc. 4-1-9 on that Ezreal, looking very strong. Diabolus really haven't had the tempo in these team fights, but they still have that split push win condition. Kerberos is back up, and he's gone towards the bot lane.
Inhib should be coming up fairly soon. He's got his GA up almost, and the ZZ Rot just about to come off cooldown as well, so it's going to be terrifying. There's so many wards as well if he wants to go for that deep portal in, but for the moment, Diabolus going to play with a little bit of respect here towards XL after just getting aced.
It's so dicey though. If Inax or XL oversteps and get blown up, which is a very real possibility with the strength of Krogson, that could just be the game. That could just absolutely be the game. Whereas I feel like we've seen so many times Yusa and Kerberos go down and it just not mean much. The one person I'm really worried is if Krogson dies and XL in a better position. I think that could just be the game. He's a source of so much power. I mean, he's 0-1-2. It doesn't look like much, but this Orianna at this point in the game, the amount of damage that's put out is huge. One shockwave could decide this whole game. And essentially the weeks for both of these teams in the UKLC.
It could decide so much on the scoreboard as well.
I mean, it would give an opportunity for Diabolus to catch up on XL.
I think they overtake them, if I'm right. I have to check that score.
I don't think they overtake straight away. I think that's XL on 8, I believe, and Diabolus on 5. But if they have a good week, they absolutely could.
It'll depend on that draw show as well. But you can see Monkeys stepping forward, throws out the Glacial Prison, doesn't connect. That's going to be the cask into the true shot. Yusa, great win wall, however, and Sendo now actually might just get caught out. He flags, drags, dunks to Martin, Death Bolts on, and Diabolus are looking to get caught out. Kasing with a taunt, the shockwave comes, and Yusa throws out the ultimate. No one has died yet as Kasing will fall to Krogson. That's going to be 2 kills, picked up for the Orianna, and now Exile is looking to get deleted. You see Krogson go golden for the moment, and he's going to pick one up onto the Orianna, but Diabolus still hot in the heels, still taking down XL men. members left, right, and center, and Inax has to defend versus 4 members of Diabolus.
4 against 1, they're going to go straight towards bot. Inax is doing the best he can, but I feel he has no options here.
He's desperately trying to delete out at least a member. Hado low on HP. The ghouls are coming in. And Inax has flashed away. Inhibitor going to go down. And Yusa is looking for a kill. Is looking for revenge. The last breath comes down. And Inax will fall. The Nexus is going to be the focus. And Diabolus have got themselves a win. XL are out once again.
And still with the goal deficit, Diabolus managed to take out XL. And once again, XL go out first round, and this time with Kissing on their roster, who had a stellar performance, but they just didn't find the win. They didn't have the momentum. They really lost their footing as it got towards the late game, and the split push from Kerberos was crucial to that end. Everything's gone topsy-turvy.
I mean, the whole tables, the whole standings here in the UKLC has been shaken up so much by this.
The 2 teams with the most points are out.
Yes. We've got ourselves a running here for someone else to kind of get themselves high up. It's going to be hard to catch Fnatic, but if MNM can stay at top of the tower, this would be really big for them. But we do have an MVP, and no surprises. Kerberos is going to be the one to get MVP coming out of that game.
He goes back to his traditional path. KD is not great, but we don't really care about that.
That's classic Kerb, man.
Goes back to his split push style, and he just makes the pressure that gave Diabolus the time until that last team fight. The power of Diabolus' late game scaling was just too much, and they won out. It wasn't clean, but it was effective, and they took out one of the top teams in the league. So fair play to them. Well played, Diabolus.
And I mean, that's a rough 2 weeks here for XL. 2 weeks in a row, sorry, where they have been knocked out in that round of 8. And you can see, raise your governors. I mean, you're keeping me up past my bedtime as well.
It's really concerning, especially when, you know, they've had Exile brought to this roster. They've had Kissing brought to this roster, who by all means have been prominent LEC players, and now they're losing in the UKLC, which obviously we're seeing a great level from all these teams, but it's such a shock for them just to come in and just not be able to have the presence, and it begs question to the whole team dynamic must be absolutely upside down.
Well, we do still have one more game, one more team to be decided to make it into that draw at the end and into the next stage going into tomorrow, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute.